Who am I? I'm a man, I'm a father, I'm a son, I'm a brother, I'm a lover, I'm an Army veteran, law enforcement background, an established career, and a startup business owner. I'm doing these videos for motivation and leadership. My first one. I've been thinking about this for a really long time, yet I haven't started. I think a lot of it has to do with what people have to think about, what I have to say, or if I'm even credible enough to be able to talk about things like this. You know, I'm 36 years old. I've lived a pretty good life. I've been through a lot of tough times when I was a kid and pushing myself through high school and always not necessarily following, where the crowd was going. I never always took the easiest route. I always figured that if I did something maybe a little tougher, it might make me stronger. So I've always went that route, and it made me tough. That's what made me decide to do the military and decide to do law enforcement. Maybe it's just I needed to have a challenge in my life or something, I don't know. I feel like I need to be doing something like that all the time. And if I'm not doing something to push myself, I feel like I'm not being fulfilled or anything like that. I think a lot of us tend to live that way. Sometimes we're too afraid to do new things or to be our own advocate and to stand up for what it is that we believe in because we're too worried about what other people think. So here I am stepping outside my comfort zone to do a video like this and to progressively continue doing videos like this in a YouTube channel, specifically for those people who are going through the process. There aren't very many videos out there of people who are just starting. There aren't that many videos out there showing the difficulties or the process of going from one part of the beginning of the journey and then going through the process and difficulties and then coming out on the other side successfully. We usually tend to see the success of people and then we always just say they got lucky or something that happened overnight. Yet, we never see deep down the hours that they put in to establish what it is that they got. And yet we consider them an overnight success. We don't consider the 4 or 5 years somebody has been posting content or going to the gym at 5 o'clock in the morning when you don't have time during the day because you have to be a family person or you work all day long and then in the evenings you have to take care of family matters and then you're just so tired by the end of the night you just go to bed and the only time you have for yourself is to get up a couple hours earlier before everybody else does to get what it is you need to get done. No one ever sees that struggle. So I want to show that. And this is why I'm doing this. I'm imperfect. I'm a perfectionist and I'm stubborn at times. Very, very cautious. And I have fear just like anybody else. It was very fearful of me to even do this video. Even though I've done some before. Doing something like this is definitely outside my comfort zone. And there's even at times that I'm insecure. I think a lot of us take for granted, in sitting down and really evaluating who we are really deep down inside. I suffer from depression just like a lot of people do, even though you may not see it. I have ways of coping with it. Like, I go to the gym, I do martial arts, and I read a lot of books and stuff like that. Analysis paralysis. I'm a perfectionist. I feel like everything has to be perfectly done before I can decide to, put it out there. And honestly, I think that has set me back a lot. So now I'm trying to just do it rather than overanalyze things. And another thing, again, like I said before, I think I just care too much about what other people think and what other people say about me. But if you look at a lot of the greats in the industries that they are in, most of them don't care about what people think and what people say. And those same people, opinions, or who gave their opinions, are now looking up at them and they're like, wow, they actually did it. Sometimes we just have to say fuck it and not worry about what anyone else has to say and just keep on keeping on. I'm a man of sacrifice. I feel like I sacrifice a lot for other people, yet I don't sacrifice anything for myself. I wonder why that is. I wonder if maybe it's like a sense of duty. Maybe that's why I joined the military and joined law enforcement or something like that, because I have that sense of duty for other people. But if I can't sacrifice for myself and to get myself where I need to be, how can I sacrifice for others or to even help them when I can't help myself? So I think there is a lot of soul searching to do. I'm challenged with overcoming just like anybody else. I have the challenge of overcoming things that happen in my mind. T.D. Jakes says that the mind is a battleground and that the enemy is always after your mind. And if the enemy can get a hold of your mind, there's nothing you can do. In my line of profession, we put body armor on to, protect ourselves from whatever it is that's out there, just in case we need to go into combat. But what armor are we using for our mind? What can we do to strengthen that? I think, honestly, the first step is figuring out who you are. Self-awareness is a huge and important part of the journey. You really need to understand who you are, what you're all about, what your value system is. What are your principles? What are your strengths and weaknesses before you can really get to where you need to go? Without that perspective, how do you expect to lay out a blueprint or to set up goals or to even move forward in a direction you have no idea where you're going? And then not know how you're going to be able to handle it. Not everybody's going to jump on your train. If your wife, girlfriend, or fiance aren't going to jump on your train, love them and move them out of the way. If your family members aren't going to jump on your train, love them and move them out of the way. If your friends or coworkers aren't going to jump on your train, love them and move them out of the way. If there are people who backstab you and hurt you along your journey, run them MFers over, keep it moving, and don't look back. No one is going to see what you see and how you see it. The quickest way to kill a dream is to tell it to a small-minded person. You have to protect it with all your being. You're going to get laughed at. You're going to get spit on. You're going to get criticized. And you're going to get hurt in the process. The thing is, you're just going to have to embrace it. Embrace the process. It's what's going to bring that fighter out of you. It's going to really show and bring out who you really are in the end. No one understands the process, but you got to understand one thing about it. The process makes you who you are, so that in the end, you can handle the success of what it is you're trying to get to. So think of it as you going through the fire and being molded like steel. And in the end, being a sturdy piece of fine equipment and even weaponry later. So that way you can inspire other people to do what you did in whatever it is that they're trying to do. And that you didn't do this overnight, but you put in a lot of hard work to get to where you are. Stay hard, stay hungry, and the last thing I say is this: who the hell are you?